Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you may be. It's like Warlord, Stache. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Stache Jr.'s back here playing. If you hear some random noises, he's in town. We'll try and see if he pokes his head in a little bit later. We've got some updates. This should have came out last week. I apologize, but I was going to get Stache Jr., and I know you all appreciate that's more important than a video. But regardless, here we are. We have some news about the lawsuits. We have news about both the Drifter lawsuit and the main Kit and Caboodle lawsuit. Okay, but before we go any further, you may not have known this, but Benefactor released his first single on Gala Music, so we're gonna check that out. All right, are you ready? Here we go. All right, this is a disclaimer. There's going to be cursing in this video. Not safe for work, whatever. It's good stuff. You're gonna enjoy it. Turn your volume knob up and make sure the kids aren't around to listen.
I get tired of stupidity at this level. I'm giving yo money and I'm the devil. I got 50 divs working hard, so suck my dick. I literally have guys so stressed they're getting sick. You're a fucking parasite that don't care about the game. You better recognize this band Hummer's got auto wing. I feel fucking bad for weeds unless I bend someone, because my dick weighs fucking more than a gross ton. How you fucking feeling about the drop of Vox trolls? I'm not a fish man, but I do like avocado rolls. Some asshole decided to crochet on Gala. Fuck him, I'll send them straight to Gala. Don't fucking point out every Gala shortcoming. Step the fuck back, season desistant coming. This isn't the forum for you guys to bitch, so be careful, I got a serious man itch. Stop your bitching, you're all bitching. The wine and bitching, fucking would stop bitching. This is our house, fucking don't be an asshole. Business plan, don't be a fucking asshole. Yes, that is me you are talking about, home slice. And I'm banned for that without thinking twice. I know I'm not a fucking people pleaser, but as promised, here is a little dragon teaser.
I suppose it's time for an AMA, I guess.
All right, well, that was awesome. Shout out to DJ GHOUL and featuring B-PAIN, aka Benefactor. That was fantastic. We're going to we'll link that to you, so if you guys want to enjoy that yourselves. My, that was wonderful. All right, so here we are at our good old Pacer page here. Last thing we talked about was the TRO, right? So what was filed shortly thereafter was a motion to amend, to extend the amount of time for them to file. So we'll click on that, and I'm going to have all this in the file folder as usual. All right, so they just asked for more time to fill it out. They filled that out on the 16th. Filed on the 16th, so they asked for more time, and basically they got more time, which is, I mean, it's, of course they need more time to answer. Notice of appearance. Now they have an order on the motion, which was approved. If we look at that, you'll see it's extended to December 12th, so it basically gives them another month to reply. Amended answer to complaint. So This is basically them amending their initial complaint. This would be Thurston and True North. Let's check on this one. Okay, so this is important. This is their Paul Shakespeare. I love that it's Shakespeare, by the way. We're gonna check this out. This is the official reply. And the question is, they filed. They filed an opposition, right? So this is them going through everything. The court denied the mandatory restraining order. Motion asks the court to reactivate suspended Gala nodes. Okay, first, True North does not own Gala nodes and therefore lacks standing to bring motion underlying claims based entirely on suspension of those nodes. More critically, there is no irreparable harm here. True North claims it would only suffer an economic loss compensable by money damage if the nodes remain suspended. So this is interesting. They're bringing up the fact that they could be compensated monetarily. Now, we're going to go ahead and counter this. My understanding of this, excuse me, the nodes also are they get drops, right, of FTs. So if that's the case, then you could argue that that's not refundable by money. They have not established that it's likely to succeed on the merits. There's been no breach of the terms. Now, I find this interesting that they say that True North doesn't own any Gala nodes, and I felt like we've already established that they did. That would be something we're going to have to see if they did establish. I felt like they established that, and then motion should be denied. So it goes into it more, talking about what's needed. Thurston's own declaration states that his Gala's nodes were dormant between the fall of 2020 and June 2023 when Thurston activated them. Now, see, he put when Thurston stole the company's Gala. That's interesting. He put that in there. When Thurston first began liquidating the company's Gala for his own enrichment, so they have to, right? Because they're alleging all of this, right? So there's that. The injunction would provide True North relief requested in counterclaim 7 and 8, preventing the claimed economic harm, loss of future Gala tokens from occurring, and effectively mooting those claims. In addition, the injunction could be undone, as Thurston would have received and liquidated many millions of Galas. So here's that argument. I think doesn't apply. True North doesn't own. So True North states that Benny concedes the nodes were owned by True North. Defendants know this is false. The suspended Gala nodes do not belong to True North, a shareholder in the company that belongs to Wright personally. As detailed in the filing, the company maintains a database of records of the name Gala owners and the wallet addresses. So they're saying there are no Gala nodes registered to True North Investments, LLC, in the Gala Games database. So, is that database accurate? Would be my question, right? If they do indeed have a database, which we know they do, the database says everyone's in there, is it accurate? Is it not possible that Thurston transferred them to True North's ownership? Let's see. He says that because he said that like every known number is explicit permission to do so. So he's saying that in his own document he counters. So he keeps saying that he acknowledges they were his. True North were not separate. So I guess if they can prove that it's not True North's nodes, then True North's filing would be invalid. So then Thurston would have to file it. Okay, so let's go with this argument. If they are not True North's, they are Thurston's. Then he would have to file a motion that they're his, not that they're True North's. That would be my guess, right? That would be the only way for him to continue if they don't give the TRO. If the nodes remain suspended through trial, the amount of daily Gala that he would have received from operating his nodes is readily ascertainable. There is currently a daily emission of Gala, distributed 50% of the company, 50% of the Gala node owners who operate their nodes that day. In order to fund its operations, the company sometimes liquidates Gala that it earns from daily distribution sales. So, interesting. Again, they can say, well, we can reimburse them a certain amount. I bring up the randomized drops that node owners are going to get. So if that's supposed to not be fixed, right? So there should not be a way for them to know that value. This is talking about what the node would be if he had his on, if he didn't, which is interesting. Let's look at that. Total node distribution, nodes in operation with him, without him. Okay. All right. They performed this calculation. Therefore, at trial, Thurston calculated exactly how much he would have earned so he could get the money back. True North struggles mightily to differentiate its claim if the loss of node Gala from the company's claim for loss of Gala to Thurston's death. The alleged injuries are of the nature of the same. So they're saying that that Benny turning off Thurston or True North's nodes is the same thing as Thurston allegedly stealing Gala. That's funny. I don't think that's the same thing at all. Well, I'm not saying whether he stole or not. I'm just saying I don't think turning off someone's personal property, I don't think that's the same thing. True North argues that its loss is unquantifiable because it would require speculation about when liquidated Gala is built for the world. But of course, the same is true for the stolen third. See, they're talking about the stolen. Okay. They argue that the Gala would be distributed to other node owners and that recovery of Gala from those owners would pose real, significant, and legal and equitable challenges. But True North claims do not and could not seek recovery of Gala from third parties. True North seeks only monetary damages from Benny and the company, now an injunction. Okay. Finally, True North makes a half-hearted argument that Benny and the company may not be able to pay. Well, it is true. We're wondering if Gala has money, right? True North does not like to succeed. True North does not like to succeed. True North does not like to succeed. When the parties agree, the Gala terms. Yeah, so, again, the problem is that Benny is not Gala, right? He's not Gala. So for him to turn it off based off the terms of service, if Benny is Gala, then Thurston would still be the same amount of Gala as Benny is, right? They'll both be 50-50. So he turns it off, but he says, you know what I mean? You get what I'm getting at? like there'd be a stalemate in the vote kind of thing. True North makes no substantial argument regarding count 10, alleging that Benny tortuously induced the company to breach the terms of contract, perhaps because it's unlikely to succeed. Terms and conditions grant the company the absolute right to suspend the nodes. Even if True North has standing to sue under the terms and conditions, and even if Schirmeyer was a proper defendant to such claim, True North does not contend that any express term has been breached. True North admits that the company has the discretion to suspend Gala nodes for any reason. Yeah, they're reading the terms of service. True North argues that such discretion may not be exercised capriciously or in bad faith under Utah law, thus revealing that True North's claim is actually one for breach of an implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing. However, as noted above, the terms and conditions are governed by California law. Okay, so that's interesting because we'd have to look and see where our terms and conditions are. So they're saying that they're arguing a statute under Utah law, but they're governed under California law. I will be right back. All right, I have some terms of service here. One's from November 4th this year. One is from December 20th last year, and the other one's from December 13th last year. So we need to search for California. Okay, here we go. Governing law. Any claim or dispute between the user and Gala arising out of relating to user's use of Gala shall be governed by the laws of California. So there you go. So they're by the law of California. Let's check this one. Yep. Okay, so governing law is California. Same thing here. Anything on this one? No matches on this one. Okay. Oh, this is the node user agreement. That's why. So the node. Okay. Hold on. That's interesting. So we'll scroll up. This says California, right? Let's look at this again. This says California. Okay. This is the user agreement. Okay. This is the user agreement. Okay. But this is the Gala node end user license agreement. So this is the Gala end user license agreement. So that would be, to me, what's applicable in this situation. And governing laws, it says Wyoming. Okay. So it's neither Utah nor Wyoming, or Utah or California. It's Wyoming. So that's good to know. All right. So so benefactor is wrong there also. So Thurston and True North may be wrong with whatever he's asserting they're wrong at, but this is quite clear. This is the node node user agreement. It says California. It says Wyoming. So let's type that in just to make sure I'm not crazy. Yeah. Okay. So Wyoming, right here. Disputes, Wyoming. Okay. Let's go back here just for shits and giggles, and we're going to see if we can find Utah. Okay, here we go. Disputes. Okay. It says Utah. Subject is a state or federal courts located in Utah. So it does say Utah in these documents. So I'm not too sure if what they're bringing up here is valid or not. Yeah, I would be curious. Just because Bitbender says so doesn't mean it's right? You know. So I'd be curious about that. So then it brings up California law. We're going to skip that because it's not applicable. I see both Utah and Wyoming, and particularly Wyoming on the node licenses. Thurston has breached terms and conditions. Gala reserves the right to take any action. Under terms and conditions, owners of Gala nodes agree they will not use the Gala services. So here, it talks about Gala nodes. So that's what we just looked at. That's Wyoming. You can't trick, defraud, or mislead Gala or other users. So they're saying that he did that. He has violated terms of this. First, they allege he took node licenses and sold or transferred them to Derek Hope or Blocks Lending. Okay. This willfully did. Okay. So again, I'm not going to read all this, but let's talk about this for a second. Okay. No matter what side of this coin you fall on, which, to be fair, you should be on the Gala Games coin right in the middle, right? You shouldn't be taking sides in this. You should not want Benny to be able to turn off anybody's nodes if he so chooses. That should be not something done by his person. It should be something done by the company, right? Not just him or just Thurston, right? It should be a process that actually gives fair adjudication to whoever's involved. So you should not be in favor of Benny just being able to shut off stuff. That's my opinion. I feel like that seems like it's getting a lot of heat, but it doesn't seem like you should want him to be able to do that. Second of all, why did he wait so long to do it? That's the thing. That's the thing that kills me. And I think that's where he loses a lot of his argument, Benny does, is that he waited 2.5 years to do this. You allege he stole. You allege he did all of this stuff with Hope and Block's Landing. All of that was recent. Why wait until literally less than a day after your TRO got denied? I think that is the glaring factor here, which to me in shows that he's acting in bad faith, that he did do this to spite Thurston. I just think too many things line up. You know what I'm saying? Why wait 2.5 years? If he stole from you, why wait 2.5 years to call the cops, right? If he stole from you, if you violated the terms of service, why wait until 10 hours after you didn't get your TRO, right? It just doesn't make sense that he waited so long. So anyway, we'll get back to it. But I think he loses his credibility there because he waited so long. Talking about taking the coins. Instead of making a substantial argument that Thurston did not breach the terms, he argues that Thurston's breaches happened a long time ago and that theoretically should. Okay, all right. So that's my point that I just made. This is misleading. Thurston admits that his nodes were dormant. In other words, there's nothing for Benny to shut off. Well, that's not true, right? He could just stop the nodes from, he could just remove the licenses from being applicable, right? It was his recent activation. Okay, so he just turned them on, right? But then you still waited 2.5, you still waited to turn them off. I don't know. Falsely claims suspension of nodes was a scheme hatched and made to take the nodes and distribute them to company employees. It is true the company has considered distributing 8,000 node licenses to employees. That number of nodes is kept at 50,000. However, Thurston's sworn testimony that BGP does not own any nodes as a corporation that it could provide to the employees is false. As of May 2023, the company has distributed or sold 42,978 of the 50,000 available node licenses, and thus has 7,022 remaining for distribution. In addition, the company maintains a holding account for nodes that have been deactivated for various reasons, including refunds and employee departures. This holding also includes the nodes that Thurston stole from the company, allegedly. Thus, the sum of node licenses is 8436. So they're saying they have 8,436 nodes available. True North will not likely succeed, saying that even if they own the nodes, it has failed to state a claim for breach of the founders agreement, much less demonstrated. Okay, so this is why we need a judge and jury, right? They're going to sit here and be like, hey, what are we doing here? Benny turned him off. Is that good? Should he be doing it? I'm curious to see what the judge does with this. It says they're not likely to succeed. Once again, the balance of harm. True North argues the balance of harm tips in its favor because it is property right in the Gala nodes. As set forth, this is incorrect. In fact, the balance of harm weighs heavily against his mandatory injunction. Every Gala token that Thurston has received from operating his nodes is a token that is not earned by another node owner. When Thurston operates his nodes, he diverts a significant portion of Gala from the remaining node owners. So this would be harming third party because people would get less Gala. True North is not entitled to be requested relief because it comes to the court with unclean hands. True North concedes that his motion must be denied if its own conduct has been unlawful or tainted with inequitableness or bad faith. It is difficult to imagine a more apt set of circumstances for the application of this doctrine, as detailed prior briefing before the court and substantiated with voluminous evidence. Thurston True North have stolen billions of Gala. So the problem is that hasn't been proven, right? So that judgment hasn't been made. So to use the argument that, oh, well, look at what they did, well, technically you've accused them of this. It hasn't been proven yet, right? So I don't think you can use that as an argument to say that they come with unclean hands. I don't think that's how that works. If they're not been convicted of a crime, right, then you can't say, oh, well, that you have to use that against them as a negative. That's my thoughts. Okay, so this is Benny's. We're going to add this to the list. And, yeah, give me a second. All right, so this is today. This is the 20th. Today's the 20th, yeah. So this is a filing from today. Benny motion for leave to file surreply brief. Respectfully files this motion for leave to file a surreply and requests the court grant leave to file a surreply. Benny submitted his opposition brief on November 14th, which you just went over. True North, recognizing that its initial counterclaims were indeed deficient, filed an amended answer counterclaims. The amended counterclaims significantly revised the counterclaims upon which True North's notion was initially founded and added 3 new counterclaims. Okay, so we're going to have to go over that separately. I don't want to have to do that tonight, but we will save this. We're going to save this as Benny Sir reply. So we're going to have to go back over that. So that would be this, the amended answer to complaint, I'm assuming. This is the defendants. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to go over this in more detail, guys. Let's go ahead and jump over to Drifter real quick, and we'll have to do more on this later. I want to try and get this damn thing out of here. Okay. Let's go back to our old buddy here. All right, so we're back. This is the Drifter lawsuit. So we had the original summons, right? We covered that. Then we have an order, motion for the Pro Hoc Vice. Remember, Pro Hoc Vice they have another attorney who wants to come in. Answer to complaints. So let's check that out. Drifter against BGP. Defendant BGP and undersigned. Okay. Legal conclusions. Okay. Get general allegations. Gala denies knowledge or information sufficient to form a belief as to the allegations in paragraph 10. Gala denies. Okay, so Gala admits that Drifter and Gala entered into a definitive agreement. Gala admits that Drifter and Gala entered into an amendment of a definitive agreement. Gala denies the allegations in paragraph 14. Gala denies the allegations in paragraph 15. Denies. Admits Superior was to be developed for Xbox and otherwise denies. Denies allegations, except admits that Gala properly did not pay. So they admit they did not pay them. Okay. Gala denies 29, and they imply that Gala breached denying that they breached the agreement, and respectfully refers to the court to the reference documents for the contents. Okay. Deny. Okay. Gala repeats and incorporates. Gala denies. Bunch of denying. Repeats and denies. Allegations. Okay. Prayer for relief. Gala denies the Drifter is entitled to any relief, including any judgment against Gala, damages, interest, attorney fees, costs, or any other relief. To the extent the headings containing the complaint constitute allegations, such allegations are denied. Each and every allegation contained in the complaint is not specifically admitted herein as denied. Affirmative other defenses. Okay. The complaint and each of the claims fail to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. The complaint is barred in whole or part because Drifter failed to perform its obligations under the contract, including but not limited to timely delivery. The console launchables deliverable in accordance with the agreement and specifications, which I do believe I mentioned that I felt like they were late. Sending to Gala a reminder of such delivery. So they're saying that they didn't send Gala a reminder, and then timely correcting the console deliverers. Okay, so they're saying Gala didn't. They're saying that Drifter did not remind Gala that they submitted it, and that they didn't correct it in time. Drifter asserts that they never got anything after they submitted it. So one of them's lying. We're going to go ahead. Counterclaim. They say that they are a leading developer. They're a leading developer, all right. Gala engaged Drifter to develop Superior. Gala paid Drifter $8.75 million and agreed to pay them $750,000 upon the launch of a console version. However, Drifter never delivered the console version of the game in compliance with the parties' agreement. Drifter falsely claimed that it delivered the finished version of the console game and demanded the early payment. Demanded an early payment. So I don't remember them saying an early payment. In reality, Drifter had only delivered unfinished, buggy versions that were not ready for launch, as Drifter itself acknowledged. Moreover, Drifter sent an unfinished game late after the contract deadline. Now, this I do remember reading, and refused to cooperate with Gala in testing and finishing the game. Now, I don't know if I believe this part of the statement. But I do remember seeing that the date was later. On information believed, Drifter was aware of its failure and hence took the proper steps of deleting and failure to preserve messages transmitting the game to Gala in an effort to obscure the fact the game was unfinished. This message and other messages that Drifter sent via Slack were deleted from both Drifter and Gala systems. Drifter failed to preserve these messages, even though such messages would critically... So, wait. They're saying that Drifter deleted it from Gala systems? How did Drifter delete it from Gala systems? That doesn't make any sense. Gala now brings its counterclaim to remedy Drifter's breach of agreements and spoliation of evidence. Well, I got to Google that now. Spoliation? Spoliation is the act of ruining or destroying something, the act of taking goods or property from somewhere by illegal or unethical means. Huh.
Spoliation.
Wow. Spoliation. We use spoliation on them. Gala's incorporated in Wyoming. Drifter's Delaware company. Gala reserves the right to add jurisdiction, blah, 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 blah. Okay. January 22nd, 2022, Gala and Drifter into a definitive agreement to develop Superior. On March 17th, Gala and they implemented their first amendment and warranty for the agreement. Then on March 10th, they added the second amendment to the agreement. Pursuant, the Gala paid Drifter $8.75 to develop the branded game. These payments included $8 million, and then $750,000 to commence. So they're alleging that they already paid them. Yeah, and they're saying they already paid them. They already paid him $8.75 million, and Drifter wanted another $7.5 on the completion. Okay, here we go. Which corresponds to the release of the game on console milestone. These deliverables had a milestone due date of June 1st. Right, I remember that. Under the amendment, console game is a console version. Right, it had a battle pass system, console launch. In the development, Gala agreed to consult with Drifter on the iterative creation, design, editing, and management control of the presentation of the branded game. With respect to console milestones in 2023, Drifter agreed to provide such deliverables in accordance with written specifications to be agreed upon, but in any case no later than the milestone payment due date, i.e. June 1st. Upon Drifter's delivery of the deliverables, Gala had 10 business days to either accept or reject the deliverables. This is where I remember them saying they didn't have it. In the event that Gala did not have an issue, Drifter must remind Gala Games by email, okay? In the event still did not issue a notice of acceptance or rejection, within 5 business days, the deliverables in question shall be deemed accepted. So yeah, if Gala didn't reply 15 days after they sent it, okay, cool. All notices must be given in writing and sent overnight by courier, registered mail, or by the hand of the address sent forth on the cover page. Cover page lists Gala's official office address. All right. You know what? Okay, so they asked to remove some of the stuff from the filing, and I wonder it's because if they have their address and they didn't want anybody to have their address. I wonder if that's what it is. On or about July 10th, Drifter submitted via Slack an unfinished version of the console game. So that's July 10th. I don't think that doesn't sound. I thought they had replied in June, unless I misread it. Drifter did not and could not state the unfinished version constituted console launch deliverables. Rather, Drifter submitted its unfinished version so that Gala could consult on iterative development of the game. The unfinished version contained bugs, was not ready for public launch, and was not the final console launch deliverables. Moreover, the unfinished version was sent after June 1st. Okay, Drifter submitted this unfinished version to Gala via Slack and online messaging service. On information and belief, Drifter deleted or failed to preserve the Slack message and other messages, making the messages unavailable and accessible to others, including Gala. On or about July 10th, Drifter submitted the invoice for Xbox Playable. However, because Drifter did not finish the console launch deliverables, the console game is not launched. It is not entitled. If that's the case, yes, they're not entitled to it. Indeed, after the purported delivery, Drifter continued to work on the game and fix numerous bugs, which Drifter acknowledges were still present in the game. These continued issues that had been submitted was not the final version ready for launch. Because Drifter did not deliver the console launch deliverables, Gala was not required to issue a notice of acceptance or rejection. So that's that's what they're sticking to, is saying that, well, it wasn't done, so we couldn't give you acceptance or rejection. I don't know about that. Even if they had failed to do, which they did, see that's the thing, they didn't email them, and now they're saying, well, it wasn't done. Drifter did not send a reminder. I'm sure that they could prove if they did that or not. Drifter did not send a reminder as Gala was deemed not to accept the purported delivery, nor did Gala in fact accept the purported delivery. They sent a notice to cure to Gala, and Gala breached the contract. Drifter falsely alleged that they had finished support for the Xbox platform. In fact, Drifter did not finish the Xbox game. However, Drifter alleged confirmed that it understood that it would only be entitled to payment upon finishing and launching the game. Gala engaged with Microsoft's set up a platform where Gala could test the unfinished game. However, Drifter refused to provide certain information required by Microsoft. So they're saying it's not Gala's fault. They're saying it's Drifter's fault. To date, Drifter still has not finished and delivered the console launch deliverables. Drifter's termination of key employees without notice and consent. Drifter agreed to dedicate up to 4 employees. Drifter agreed that if it removes any key employees from work, it will provide advance written notice, at least 10 business days. Furthermore, if key employees removed and replaced with another Gala Games prior written consent, Drifter's failure to obtain Gala's consent is a material breach. The following individuals were Drifter's key employees: Brian Murphy, Hunter Hudspeth, Kenneth Scott, and Ray Davis. On information and belief, Drifter laid off numerous employees, including Brian Murphy and Hunter Hudspeth. Drifter did not provide any advance notice. Drifter has failed to replace the laid-off key employees and to obtain Gala's consent for such replacements. Drifter and Gala agreed the agreement was confidential and that they would not disclose any terms of the agreement. This is why they wanted. Okay, so they wanted to keep it closed. They want it to be confidential, so they're going to seal it up. They're saying that they attached it to the filing, which means we have it. Drifter was not required to attach it. Drifter did not get advance notice. So yeah, they ended up concealing whatever the information, and it's because it supposedly is supposed to be. Okay, Gala didn't do anything wrong. Gala didn't do anything wrong. Drifter did all the things wrong. Drifter didn't do anything right. Gala did everything right. Drifter's lying. Gala's the truth. Drifter breached contract. Gala has no adequate remedy at law. Relief requested. Dismissal of it. Judgment against Drifter and every action therein. Specific performance of Drifter's obligation. So they're trying to they want Drifter to finish it. An award of damages to compensate Gala for their breaches of contract. Restitution for payments that Gala made to Drifter. How fucking hilarious would this be if Gala tries to get all their money back? That'd be hilarious. Striking or sealing these, which I believe they did already. There you go. And that's all signed, ready to go. All right, let's sign. We're going to save this. All right. There's a lot here. Let's go ahead and say, well, somebody's lying, right? Somebody's lying. Either Gala's lying or Drifter's lying. Now, if they did delete the Slack messages, that means that Drifter's probably lying because that was evidence, right? This was the motion about sealing the documents. So Gala's saying, hey, they shouldn't have uploaded the terms of their agreement. That goes against us agreeing not to do it. So it was ordered and decreed that they seal Exhibit 1 and 2. However, unfortunately for you all, this is the internet, and I have it. So if anybody wants to see it, there's going to be a link to all these documents down below. Because, fuck it. All right, so they went ahead and granted it, right? We saw that. Okay, so that's it. That's our update. Yeah, that's it. So we got a lot of stuff to go over still. We're going to need to see evidence, right? We just have Gala replying and denying things, saying they didn't do anything wrong. At least in the Benny versus Thurston, we got evidence from both sides. The Drifter provided evidence. Gala did not. We'll wait and see what they do. If they submitted it late, right, which I believe we all agree that it was after June 1st that they submitted it, Gala was supposed to reply. Regardless, I think regardless of when it was submitted, they were supposed to reply. Drifter says they messaged them and they didn't reply back. Now, I remember seeing something about they could send it to the email, right? legal@gala.games. There was something in there about how they had to actually mail it to an address. I don't know about all that. But let's assume that Drifter sent the message. Gala never replied. Drifter sent the other message. They never replied. And then they never told them what was wrong with the release, which they're supposed to do. Let's assume that's true. That might all be invalid because they were late. I don't know how that works legally. If you miss the deadline, that's it. But the fact that Gala wants them to finish the project, if you can prove that they got it submitted and they never replied, I don't know. I don't think I don't know what they're gonna do. I think we need to see what Gala's evidence is. Now, I don't buy the whole dog ate my homework thing. It's the internet. It should always be somewhere. Someone should have screenshots saved somewhere. I don't buy that whole. I don't buy the Gala dog ate its homework. But as far as Thurston and Benny, yeah, we got to see what the judge. I think that's the biggest thing we saw was that they're saying, oh well, True North came here with unclean hands. Look what True North did. But they haven't been convicted of anything, so I don't think you can use that argument. They have a database saying that True North doesn't own the nodes. If Thurston has documents saying that True North does own the nodes, then again, I would be curious to see how that gets legislated. So it's not really a big of an update, but you know, it is what it is. Here we are. If you got any questions, you can leave them down below. Discord is the easiest way to get a hold of me. I've got that link down below. All these files that I've downloaded, showing you, that's going to be in a Google Drive folder. That link's going to be down below. The links you want to support the channel. I appreciate you all being here. Stache Jr.
Hello.
Come hither, son. Which direction are you going to poke out from?
Hello.
There he is.
Hello.
Come right here. Stick your head in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
there, you're good. That's fine. All right, say hello.
Hello.
Look at the camera. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, he's here. All right, let's do the outro with me. You ready?
Okay.
All right, it's like a warlord. And
Stache Jr.
And Stache Jr., a.k.a. that guy.
Yeah.
He's that guy. Phew. Well, love you guys. Take care. Good night. Wait, bye. Wait, bye. Bye. All right. See you later. Bye-bye.
I get tired of stupidity at this level. I'm giving yo money and I'm the devil. I got 50 dudes working hard, so suck my dick. I literally have guys so stressed they're getting sick. You're a fucking parasite that don't care about the game. You better recognize this band Hummer's got auto wing. I feel fucking bad for weeds unless I bend someone, because my dick weighs fucking more than a gross ton. How you fucking feeling about the drop of us trolls? I'm not a fish man, but I do like avocado rolls. Some asshole decided to crochet it on Gala. Fuck him, I'll send them straight to Gala. Don't fucking point out every Gala shortcoming. Step the fuck back, season distant coming. This isn't the forum for you guys to bitch. So be careful, I got a serious man itch. Stop your bitching, you're all bitching. The wine and bitching, fucking would stop bitching. This is our house, fucking don't be an asshole. Business plan, don't be a fucking asshole. Yes, that is me you were talking about, home flies. And I'll ban for that without thinking twice. I know I'm not a fucking people pleaser, but as promised, here is a little dragon teaser.
I suppose it's time for an AMA, I guess.
Ooh, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I want to shout out my Patreons from Patreon, and my new YouTube members as well. I got that going. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so very much. Your help has been crucial to keeping me alive and keep streaming and keep helping and hopefully entertaining you along the way. Anything I can do to make it more worth your while, please let me know down below. Also, you can find me on my Discord. I have my Discord server link down below, Patreon links down below, and then membership should be somewhere around here. Thank you all so very, very much. I really appreciate you. And I look forward to the future, and I hope you will come along for this journey with me. Thank you. Take care.